Here's the uncomfortable truth about FSU's 2026 offensive commits. Raw talent alone won't cut it in college football. As high school football seasons fire up nationwide, Florida State's incoming offensive stars have one final opportunity to prove they're ready for the brutal reality of college competition. But here's where it gets controversial. Even the most highly rated recruits in this class have glaring weaknesses that could derail their college careers before they even begin. FSU's 2026 recruiting class boasts some genuinely elite prospects, yet every single one of them carries baggage that needs immediate attention. And this is the part most people miss. Senior year isn't just about maintaining your ranking. It's about addressing the fundamental flaws that separate good high school players from college game changers. Let me break down exactly what each offensive commit must fix during their final high school campaign. And trust me, some of these observations might surprise you. 3-star quarterback Jaden O'Neal. What needs immediate attention? Enhanced mobility and scrambling ability. Everyone's buzzing about how Jaden O'Neal will mesh with Gus Malzahn's offensive philosophy at Florida State. But here's the reality check. Malzahn's system thrives when the quarterback poses a legitimate dual threat capability. While O'Neal isn't completely immobile in the pocket, he lacks that explosive athleticism that makes defensive coordinators lose sleep at night. During his senior campaign, O'Neal must demonstrate improved mobility, better scrambling instincts, and the kind of rushing threat that opens up Malzahn's entire playbook. Without this evolution, he'll struggle to maximize the offensive system's potential. 4-star wide receiver Devin Carter. What demands improvement? Elevated statistical output. Devin Carter has posted respectable numbers throughout his prep career. 41 receptions for 669 yards and 5 touchdowns as a junior, plus 30 catches for 417 yards and 6 scores as a freshman. However, respectable won't cut it at the ACC level. Carter needs to demonstrate he can consistently dominate high school competition before stepping up to face college defensive backs. A senior season approaching or exceeding 1,000 receiving yards would signal he's genuinely ready for the jump to major college football. Anything less raises questions about his ability to create separation against elite competition. 4-star wide receiver Brandon Bennett. What requires development? Expanded route running repertoire. Brandon Bennett possesses legitimate 10.4 speed that terrorizes defensive backs on vertical routes. Go patterns and posts have been his bread and butter. But here's the controversial take. Pure speed merchants often struggle at the college level when they can't run the complete route tree. Bennett must showcase his ability to execute comebacks, slants, outs, and intermediate crossing patterns during his senior year. College defensive coordinators will bracket his deep speed, forcing him to win with precision and versatility rather than just blazing past overmatched high school corners. 4-star wide receiver Ephraim White. What needs refinement? Position-specific production and focus. Ephraim White has been the ultimate utility player, lining up at quarterback, wide receiver, and defensive back for his high school squad. While versatility can be valuable, his jack-of-all-trades approach has resulted in underwhelming receiver statistics. Just 25 catches for 349 yards and 6 touchdowns as a junior. FSU plans to utilize White exclusively as a wideout, so his senior season must feature concentrated effort at that position. He needs to prove he can produce elite numbers when given consistent opportunities as a primary receiving target. 3-star wide receiver Jason Lopez. What requires validation? Legitimate top-end speed. Jason Lopez has already proven his productivity with an impressive junior campaign. 1,300 receiving yards and 14 touchdowns on 87 receptions. His route running instincts and quickness are evident on tape. However, there's one massive question mark hovering over his profile. His straight-line speed remains unverified. Lopez has never participated in timed 40-yard dash events or track competition, leaving scouts guessing about his ability to separate from college-level defensive backs. His senior year needs to feature more explosive plays downfield, proving he possesses the deep speed necessary to stretch ACC secondaries. Three-star wide receiver Darian Williams, what demands a complete turnaround. Dramatically improved statistical production. Darian Williams' junior season was genuinely concerning. Only 18 receptions for 237 yards and a single touchdown. While injury played a significant role in those disappointing numbers, college coaches need to see proof of recovery and capability. Now fully healthy, Williams faces enormous pressure to demonstrate he belongs in a Power 5 recruiting class. A massive statistical improvement isn't just preferred. It's absolutely essential for validating his commitment and potential impact at FSU. Four-star tight end Xavier Tiller. What needs substantial growth? Consistent target production. Xavier Tiller possesses the physical tools that make scouts drool. Elite wingspan, solid athleticism, and natural pass-catching ability. Yet his production doesn't match his potential, managing only 25 catches for 344 yards and 3 touchdowns, despite playing for a high-powered offense that scored 40-plus points in 9 games last season. This disconnect between talent and production is alarming. Tiller must prove he can be a reliable, high-volume target during his senior campaign, establishing himself as a genuine mismatch weapon rather than just an athlete playing tight end. Three-star offensive lineman Deron Parks. What requires immediate attention? Improved body composition and conditioning. Deron Parks brings impressive technical skills, a devastating punch, surprisingly nimble footwork for his size, and the ability to overwhelm opponents with sheer mass. Currently weighing around 350 pounds, Parks has the foundation to be effective, but his weight could become a liability at the college level. Shedding 20 to 30 pounds of bad weight while maintaining his strength would unlock another gear in his development, particularly if FSU projects him as a tackle, where he'll face quicker edge rushers. Better conditioning equals better endurance and improved lateral movement. Three-star interior lineman Jacoby Green. What demands transformation? Enhanced athleticism through weight management. Similar to Parks. Jacoby Green's 335-pound frame limits his athletic ceiling, despite possessing excellent length and quick initial movement off the snap. His testing numbers have been average at best, which becomes problematic when facing college-level pass rushers. Green needs to prioritize body composition improvement during his final high school season, developing the kind of athleticism that translates to sustained success against sophisticated defensive schemes. Raw size only goes so far when facing coordinated stunts and blitzes. Three-star interior lineman Luke Francis. What requires urgent development? Extensive offensive line repetitions. Luke Francis represents one of the most intriguing prospects in this class. A native of South London who's been playing American football for just 2 years through the NFL Academy program. While his rapid development has been impressive, FSU projects him as an offensive lineman, despite his exclusive experience on the defensive side. His senior season must feature significant time learning offensive line fundamentals, hand placement, blocking schemes, and the mental aspects of pass protection. This position switch requires intensive preparation before arriving on campus. Three-star offensive lineman Michael Ionata. What needs considerable improvement? Run blocking power and aggression. Michael Ionata shows solid pass protection fundamentals and anchoring ability, skills that translate well to the college level. However, his run blocking lacks the kind of power and movement skills that Gus Malzahn's ground-heavy offense demands. Malzahn's system requires offensive linemen who can consistently move defenders off the ball, creating running lanes and controlling the line of scrimmage. Ionata must develop more aggressive run-blocking techniques and demonstrate improved lower body power during his senior campaign. Now, here's the question that's going to spark debate. Are these expectations realistic, or am I being too harsh on high school players? Some might argue that expecting dramatic improvements in a single season places unfair pressure on teenage athletes. Others will contend that if these players can't address these weaknesses now, they'll struggle even more against college competition. What's your take? Should we hold recruits to these high standards, or should we be more patient with their development? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's debate whether FSU's coaching staff should be concerned about these areas of improvement or confident in their ability to develop these players once they arrive on campus.